intro here. We're just going to get down to the fishing part. And today we're going to be heading to Falcon Lake. All right. Don't let the numbers deceive you there. My numbers are a lot higher than that because I fish mostly on my PC. I got a PlayStation, so I'm now doing all the stuff on PlayStation, and I hope they fix that problem where you can. No, you should be able to if you're playing on PlayStation, you should be able to go over to PC and take all your all your kind of like all your data, all your points, and all the money you make to your PC. And if you're going from your PC to PlayStation, you should be able to do that too. It should go both ways instead of having to start over from the very bottom again. Um, we're gonna be going, like I say, to Falcon Lake. I want you guys to check out my inventory. All right. And I'll be using this inventory and other stuff that I'll be using on there. But there you can check out the rods that I'm using, the rods that I'll be using out there. Just give me 1 second because right now I'm doing this as a live broadcast, so I got to make sure that everything is up to par here, and we're going to be broadcasting this correctly here. Just look at this as I'm trying to fix some things here. I got to fix my on the thumbnails and this kind of stuff. Just go ahead and enjoy the what you see there for 1 second as we're going to get started here. Yeah, sorry we don't have any music in the background. There's a lot of things going on with music and YouTube and all this stuff. I wish people just become grown-ups and realize that these videos need some music uh, from the makers and stuff like that. Why are you having a cow over music? I don't know. I don't know if Fishing Planet has a problem with it, but you make videos and then they get pulled out because of some music, and it's you put work into these stuff, and you don't want to go through the problems with it. We're just about to get started here. Just give me a second as I nail everything down here and make sure that all my tags are right. And as you can see, this is what I got, the reels that I got here. All right, and you can see the reels. You can see the stuff that I'm using, but I'm not going to be using this stuff. Is just some of the stuff. Just mostly look at the lines and the reels that I'm going to be using there because that's what I'm going to be. I'll be changing different lures on there. I'm not going to be using that lure I used it maybe at the beginning, but I'll be changing different lures on there on Falcon Lake. And I'll show you the spot where there's fishing on. You can catch some good fish there on Falcon Lake. All right. We're about to get started here. Let me go to the map. All right. And if we just go to the travel. Here we are. Falcon Lake is all the way up there. Looks like almost up there like in Washington State. This looks like. Here we go. And yeah, let's get rolling here. Let's see. Buy a license. Are you serious? I have all my licenses there. Yeah, buy a license here. And if you're gonna buy a license, I don't know. Yes, I don't have the license for that one. Buy the advanced license. That's where you're gonna make some points at. All right, so there you go. Easy as pie. So I have a license for that one. I fished this lake many times, but like I say, on PC and not on the PlayStation. Oops, let me get up there and make sure that we're there. And I fished all over the place, all the way up to Alaska. Up here, I still haven't got it on PlayStation. We're gonna be doing a video on that one on the Alaskan fishing. We're gonna be traveling here. Okay, and we'll be heading out there to Falcon Lake. All right. I like the music there on the Fishing Planet. It's kind of like a nice music. You can play over and over, and it doesn't annoy you that much. It sounds pretty nice, and I don't have no problem with it. I like to play it here, but I'm not sure if I can play it. It doesn't annoy you that much. Oh yeah, there you go. I wanted to make sure that was right there. Okay, here we go. We're about to get started here. All right. As you can see, the peak time is around. It starts around 10 o'clock, and it works all the way up to around almost 6 o'clock. So when I get in the game, that's what I'm gonna do is I'll move the time over. All right, so we don't have to be there. Now, when I'm on this game, what I do is, since I'm doing this a video on here, I'll do it private, because there's some people there's on there they'll get in your way and they start messing around with they'll mess up the videos and stuff. So we're gonna do that. But you can do that with your friends. You can do it random rooms where people will show up the different places. There will actually be other players on there, and or you can do a private room. Or you can also, I believe, in private room. I believe you can also put in your friends. I'm not sure. Um, all right, it's been a while since I've actually played it on there. Let me see. Okay. Oops. I'm just trying to get. There we go. So we're on private room, and we're set to go here. All right. Let's see what we got today out here. If we can get some nice fish out here today. And this is a pretty enjoyable game. You get to relax, and it's like I say, if you heard me before, I say this is like the best simulator. To me, it's the best simulator out there. Now I'm in an area that I actually I picked by mistake. I'm nowhere near where I want to be at. Hang on, so let me go back to the map because I might have hit that button by mistake there. Yeah, because I don't want to be there at all. You can use a boat on this one. You can use, I believe it's a canoe on there. I don't know if you can use the boat that I have. I have a large boat. So you see, here's where I go at. I take it out here to the last one on the end there. You see down here what's flashing down there with the brown colors at. That's where I go to. All right. All right. Now, here's what you find out here. All right. Okay. So I'm just looking around to give you a little panoramic view. What I do is I fish usually from here. All right. From this side here. Now, like I said, the time is going to have to be moved up because we're just going to not do much here. 10 o'clock I think will be fine. So we're going to move up the time to 10 o'clock. Now, I'm on Fishing Planet, and I'm on the Fisherman. Fishing Planet has two versions. It has the Fishing Planet, which is like free to the people, and then you get the Fisherman. It's a little different on some of the things, but it's pretty much the same, and you can pretty much use the same, almost pretty much same gear. Some of them, there are actually a couple more games on the Fishing Planet, and there may be different ones on the Fisherman, but it's not much. Here we go. Let's cast out there. You see the splashes out there. That's where you're going to cast off to right there. So here we go. All right. So what I'm going to do is I got a heavy rod here. It basically it's what you're going to do is you're going to hit. You're going to stop and go here. Stop and go action. I may have to speed up my rod here. Now this lure on my PC, you know, I get all these lures that I use, and I have to go back there and take notes of all those lures, what works here, because I haven't fished since, you know, when you move up to the bigger or you could say the better levels, not better levels because they're all good levels. You move up to these levels, higher levels, I guess. You know, you start changing all the gear for different things, especially up there in Canada. Let me change this because I may end up going to a different type of a lure here. Let me just go back because this is not at this time. I think I'm not good. It's not gonna be good with the lure at this time. Let me all right. Hang on a second. Yeah. Let me go. Let me try. Believe it or not. Let me see. This one here does pretty good out here, and this one here. Let me try this one here, because this one is It's actually a nighttime lure, but it does good in the daytime and anytime. Let me get back over there. All right. Here we go. All right. I'll go to this lure here. What I do is I try to get close to the rock where they're splashing right there. That's a good one right there. And it's just stop and go. I got a hit on it, but they didn't. I got another hit on there. The good thing about playing with PlayStation, that you feel the vibration when the fish actually hits on it, and kind of gives you a more realistic playtime than the. Let's see what we got here. There we go. There you go. We got the first one for today. Now, a lot of the stuff here is going to be new records because This is the first time since I like I say I play on PC, not on PlayStation. I'm down now. I'm bringing a lot of these fishing games to PlayStation. All right, so I had to restart from the bottom. So this lake actually, for the first time on PlayStation, I've been on it. So that's why you're going to see these records. But I caught them a lot bigger than that. All right, so we're going to keep on fishing here. All right, like I said, get close to this rock over here. And sometimes you got to switch. You got to switch over from one side to the other side. All right. All right. That's basic, like I said, stop and go action. And there we got a woodpecker. I believe that is a woodpecker. That sounds like a woodpecker. There we go. So another one right there. Let me increase my drag here, because these fishes, I got a rod that's going to handle these kind of fish in this lake here. I lost him. I lost him. I lost him. He escaped. Normally it does not. That's very rarely that happens. I believe in this lake it happens quite a few times here, but not on the other lakes. And it's usually because of the rocks. All right. Oops, I got a little bit too fast on here. There we go. See if we don't lose this guy here. There you go. There we go. Smallmouth bass. That's another record. Yeah, I've been playing. Well, let me get out of the rocks here. I've been playing the Fishing Planet for a long time. It almost feels like years that I've been playing the Fishing Planet. And it gets really good. I'm like on the rocks here. Let me try just to bring it in because I'm like on the other side of that rock here. Now here, when you're getting close to here, sometimes they're right there. See, go slow. See what I mean? Oh, I almost had them. They're right in this area right here. And if you go a little slow, you may be able to get one of them before. There's some in that area right there. Let me see if I can get a little bit more this way. Because I'm trying to get the edge of the rock and I keep hitting the rock over there. And I don't want to hit that. I want to be at the edge right around there. That's where I want to be at. Now, if you had another type of fishing rod that is not a heavy fishing rod with a heavy line, your cast will go a lot farther. All right, but it's usually around that rock area where they're going to start biting anyway. So we'll see if we get in there. When this side gets a little bit dull, where you're not getting a lot of bites, you switch over to the other side where you see the splashes. And you do some fishing in there. Now you can see this lure works for just about anything here. Here we go. We got another one right here. Let's see what size we got here. There you go. There's some, and it pays pretty good. $578, and this is almost it's almost 3 pounds. It's almost 4 pounds here. So and you get a good XP. So you get about 91 XPs on this one. And I always enjoy the fishing here on the Falcon Lake because of the scenery. If you look at the scenery here, it's very nice. Very nice job on the scenery here. It's like the kind of place you'll go, nice and quiet, nice scenery. It's very nice, very nice. They did a really good job with it. And throughout the years, it's gotten better because it seems like they're improving more and more of the looks of it, and a little bit more details here and there. And it's all good. It's all good. Here we go. Nice spot there again. And either you're gonna get a strike by that rock, or there's other second rock just closer to me. And we just bring it in, stop and go until you get a hit. Here we go. We've been getting strikes close to this second rock. And as the day goes on, you may start getting strikes. What I'm going to do now is possibly cast over there to my left-hand side where you see the other splashes. I got to be careful. There are trees in there. And you can see I'm bringing in because sometimes here, when it gets to really close to the shore, you'll see some fish in this area. All right. On this side here, right about there. You can also do some casting there. Well, you see those splashes right there. And then wait till it goes down a bit there. And then I hit the stop and go action again. I always wait the lure to go down a little bit, not to hit the bottom, but we almost got something there. There we go. We had something on there. We had a good one. I'll change what I do is I'll probably end up changing lure again. But as you can see, this night it's a nighttime lure, but it does quite well for uh, for daytime. There you go. That's a good size one, looks like. There you go. Yeah, we got about 8 coins on that one. Yeah, I wish I can get them all coins. So there you go. There's a trophy right there. We'll take a little picture with that trophy. How's that, huh? Let's see what we get here. There's the man of the hour right there. What do you got? You got a big fish there? We got no sun here for you, so I will get the camera down, man. Don't worry about it. Don't strain your neck. So there you go. That's a nice sized fish right there. And he is happy. He is a happy camper. All right, so let's go here. Okay, so we're gonna keep that one there. So we got that one on this side. We'll try again. Like I said, you got to fish kind of like back and forth here. Now you could get a canoe or a boat, you could say, and go out there to a lake. And there's some other spots in there I've actually tried. I don't know. On this lake, I've always had better luck fishing offshore than fishing with the canoe or lake. I've tried the small boat and a canoe. I feel like I had better luck just fishing right here from this spot. All right. Now there's another spot on the other side. If this spot gets too kind of like you don't catch anything, you can go to the other spot. There's like a little beach on it, and you can try that there. See what you can get there. All right. Okay, nothing there. Let me try it back over here. I'm tempted to go back on this side again. I like the couple fishes that we caught there already. So far we got about 19 pounds there of fish. I got a giant net. I got a 551 pound net pin. So it's not going to fill in. Might not fill in for this entire game. The fishes here ain't that big. And if I was in Alaska, I could see that happening. If I was fishing Alaska or even Moose Lake actually has good sized large fishes. But and you also got the Crab Island. That has very large, has those big tarpons on there, and they can get pretty big. And get yourself a mess of tarpons, you'll see how fast that pin get filled in. All right, so we're gonna try on this side here. We'll let it down a little bit. If the lure gets a little flat, it doesn't work for you too good, then change over to another lure. Now they use different. You can use different stuff out here. You can use the grips, and you can use other kind of stuff out here. Here we go. We had a bite on there. It's right always next to that rock there. When we're getting close to the rock, boom! There's a little strike on there. Let's see. We're off from the rock, but sometimes right in here, many times I got very large fishes in here, right inside here. It just keeps hitting, but he doesn't take it. I caught him right up there. That's why you don't see me. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? Right there. Yeah, right there. That's why I don't bring in the rod right away. I'll try to bring in my gear right away. We're about to level up here. All right, I'm gonna keep trying this side again. So got a couple good fishes there. All right. That's why you don't see me like trying to pull my rod, the line out of the water when I'm really close to me, because there's some good fishes between me and that rock near to me, the big rock near to me, and that little hole right there. Oh, I thought we had a hit there. There we go. Got another one coming in here. And let's tell you, this little lure there can do a lot of good here. You know, this one here is trying to pull. Now, if you got you don't have one of these rods, These fishes can pull quite good. Now we just level up here. So we ended up leveling up. There you go, level up. We got a little bit of catch, and we got ourselves another. You can say a little bit more money there. And as you can see, those are the items that you'll get right here when you move up to 27. I'm not where I want to be. I wish I had my other gear like I have on my PC. There's some gear that I have on there I don't have on here. It's mostly the rods that I like to get, uh, and this kind of stuff. But I'm going to be showing you some of these lures on some of these other places how they do, so you guys can try. But this you get a lot of you can move up to these level. Of course, you're not getting this stuff. You know, I wish I was getting this stuff. But what you're getting, what it's doing is allowing you to buy this. For those people that just, they don't know that they're allowing. I mean, I know there's a lot of people that fish here on Fishing Planet, but I'm saying this for these people that don't know this. You're allowed to buy now this kind of gear. Okay, that's what it is. It's just the way the game goes. All right. So here we go. So we have moved up to another level there. We'll still continue to fish here. There you go. All right. Good spot right there. Let's see what we can get. You know, fishing. I think the entire world needs to go fishing, in some ways. You know, because the stress nowadays with so many crazy stuff going on out there is huge. And one of the things that a lot of people get their stress taken out is by a lot of people. They just don't want to use some other form of taking out stress. You know, using their fists against the wall or something. There, go fishing. You know, sometimes, well, the wife may wonder, why are you going fishing so much? You know, well, maybe the person's under a lot of stress and fishing calms them down. You know, so it shouldn't be, not encouraged. You should be encouraged to go fishing. Go fishing. It's good when your mate, whether it be your wife or your husband, uh, goes fishing with you, and you enjoy fishing, and you have that time being together. And today's world, we don't spend a lot of time together sometimes. We're like, always busy doing stuff, and with electronics, you don't share too much time together, and everybody's stuck their faces into the electronics. But when you go out fishing and you're out there, next to your mate, and you're enjoying the scenery, you can have a good time there. Yeah, we got a nice fish here. We got almost 4 pounds and a half here, $672 there, or play money today. 106 XPs and almost 23 inches. Pretty good fish there. There you go. That's another good fish there. Let me try over here to my left now. Let's see how that goes. I haven't changed lure. Still got the same lure. It's the lure that has worked with me on PC and has worked with me here on PlayStation. All right, this lure here, when it comes to like this kind of lakes. All right, in some areas it actually does. Some areas it doesn't do good. But this area here is done pretty good. We got a nice fish here. Yeah, he is really. Like I said, if you don't have the proper rod here, you're gonna have a bit of a time fighting these fishes. And me, I pretty much have a winch on here is what I got. It's a 4 pounder here. It's not that the fishes are big as the trouts can actually, they can pull quite a lot. Let me see here. There you go. 75 XPs, $558, and almost 22. Well, actually 21 inches and a half almost. And then we got it's about 4 pounds and a bit there. So there you go. Nice one, nice one. Let's see if we can get another one on here. Hey, we got a little bit of goodies here. Yeah, a couple of goodies on here. There you go. This is for the mission here. Mission. Huh, I guess we got this. I think it has to do with the mission. We're not on the mission here. We're just fishing. Let's see what we get on this here. I'm kind of like in the center of the lake right here. You see me kind of fishing to the sides, the left or the right, but not toward the center. I don't have too much luck in the center of the lake. This one actually has ended up in the center of the lake. Maybe as I get closer, maybe we'll get better here. So we'll see what happens if we get a bite here. As it gets closer. Usually you're like along the sides here, where these rocks are at. You know, the rocks are like a habitat, a place where the fishes can go and get some shade and go after small fish. Center of the lake is risky for fish, and that's because you allow sometimes you got these pikes out there and these predator fishes who are out in the center. Not out in the center, but actually they're watching you from this distance. Here you go. See that? There you go. Smaller fish, but it's still a keeper. Let me try to get more to the side over here. There you go. That's about where I wanted to be at, on the left-hand side there. A bit of an overcast day over here on Falcon Lake. A little bit of an overcast day here. You come out here and, you know, so the parks that allow you to have the barbecue. Sometimes we get a lot of problems with forest fires, and it's got to be very careful. But parks that will allow you to have something, where you can put a fire and cook your fish fresh here. Your legal fish. Don't forget, people. Make sure you have legal fish. The last thing you don't want to have is a ranger coming up to you telling you you caught something that's off season or something. You're gonna find yourself in trouble. There you go. We got another fish here. So let me go back on this side. I'll stay on that side. That's where the splashes are at. So I want to continue here. Maybe see if I can bring something bigger from that side. Some people they'll take on these little trips and they'll spend a day or two out there. Roughing it out. Kids love it. If you got kids, they like going out there. Just be careful with the poison ivy and poison oak, and some of the stuff out there. Make sure kids and that you have an understanding what is this stuff, what to stay away from. This it can be out there in some places. It can be in some other places you won't even find it. But always be careful with kids. Also be careful with any berries, anything like that grows on trees that some of them can be extremely poison. Here you go. That's a pretty good sized fish right there. That's a nice sized fish there. There you go. That is also a trophy there. I just one after another because this it's the first time on the PlayStation I play this. Not on PC. I caught them all I think on PC. PC, my rankings up there, I believe, is on 50 already. I'm not sure if I made the 50, but I know I've done a lot of the lakes also over there in Europe, in other places, and all the lakes and all the spots in the U.S. I've done, and up in Canada and in Alaska. So that was a good, nice fish on there. Let me see if I get something else on this side here. Let's see. You don't see me pulling the rod out because, like I said, once you get down here to this little hole here, you may get a strike. You see what I mean? We got a strike, but we didn't get him. We're not able to get him in. But there are some fish in there. I got another strike. I'm still pulling it in. Maybe I'll get lucky. Let's see if we get. Oh, just about. See, they're right in there. So it's not like you have to cast too far away for them. So let me go back to the left-hand side over here. Let's see what else we can bring in here. So right now we're heading toward the peak. I believe the peak was like around 1 o'clock, I think. Or between 12 and 1. That is the peak of the temperature, the best time to catch these guys. Here you go. We got another one coming in there. This one here. Doesn't seem to be all that big, but he's coming in. There you go. Yes, that was a smaller one, but it's a good one there. It's not a big fish. We have had bigger ones there today. I've been getting a lot of good bites here, and so I'm sticking over here with the left for a minute now. Remember, it's left or right. That's what you got on here. Let's see what else we can get out here. What else can we get out here? I'm waiting. Got a strike on there, but short-lived, kind of short-lived strike. There we go, right there in that area, right there. There you go. That's another good-sized fish. Well, not a good-sized fish. It's a small fish, but yeah, it's good. All fishes, you catch can be exciting. There you go. We're gonna go over here to this, over to the rock over here on the right-hand side. and see what we can pull in. See what else can we catch in there, huh? Get ourselves a big giant 100-pound tuna or something. I know. You're not going to get a tuna on the lake. I'm just messing with you. I think one day we're going to see, we'll see Fishing Planet get involved in some of the ocean fishing. I think they're beginning to move in that direction, but it'll probably take a little time. Maybe you never know, they'll surprise us, and boom, there's some ocean fishing that we can do. There's a nice fish right there. Okay. The thing about ocean fishing is the variers. You know, all this different things you gotta put into account. The depth of the water, if it's a reef, if it's the kind of species. So many different kind of species, different kind of baits, different. So much lure, so much more than I believe than you deal with when it comes to freshwater. It's just so, and temperatures of the water can change dramatically from one place to another. The depth can change the temperatures, the oxygen in the so many things. The currents could also play a big role on the amount of fish you can catch, even certain kind of fish. All right, so it's all kind of stuff goes on there in the ocean. It's not to say that lake fishing or river fishing, canal fishing is not challenging. It's pretty challenging. But I think ocean, when you go out to the ocean, it's just a step up. And as somebody who lived in the Florida Keys, I lived in the Florida Keys like about 5 years. I can tell you, and I did a lot of fishing. And I also done fishing as a commercial fisherman. And sports fishing, commercial fishing. So I've been involved in, I was almost born with a fishing rod in my hand, you could say. You know, before I was going to school, I knew how to work a fishing rod. All right, so that's how it was with me. But you know, I caught many different kind of species of fish, and even the small ones will excite you sometimes when you bring them in. It's just something about fishing. All right, it's just something about it. And these simulators have really brought the fishing experience into the home. A lot of people that just couldn't may possibly cannot get out fishing enough, or for whatever reason they're just not able to get out fishing, or or didn't know much about fishing. These simulators like this one, I don't think there's a better simulator out there. There are some that come closer, but this would be to me, this is like the top simulator right now that I know in the market that delivers this kind of experience. And you almost can feel the air here hitting your face, and you can almost smell the forest and the lake and all this. That's how good these simulators are getting. You look at the water, the way they've done the water, and all this, and the fish, and some stuff. It's never perfect. You're never gonna run into something that's perfect, but they did a pretty good job. They've done a very good job here. There are some things that maybe could be improved, and that may have to do more with the equipment, the way you get the equipment, and some different things out there. One day I'll cover it. But we tried there on the right side a couple times, and we didn't do that good. But the left side seems to be continue to deliver here. So you go to the side that delivers the most. On this lake, this is where I've been getting some nice fish here. There you go. There you go. That's a nice one there. That's one that can deserve a. We'll get a little picture there going there. See if we get a little picture on that. There you go. Hey, it's not a big fish, but he's happy. He's a happy camper. Got to change that hat he has. I got to get me one that goes with the shirt that he has on, or the jacket he has on. There's a hat that actually goes with that jacket. But I got to make enough money to get that hat. And I still need to get the flashlight that I don't have, because I need that for nighttime fishing. But there you go. He is a happy camper. All right. And definitely a backpack that can contain all my gear. So some of these backpacks don't. Alright, let me get out of there. Alright. There you go, sir. Okay. Hey, we got something there, a little extra there. Yeah. See, we get a little stuff there, a little reward there. That's what I like. They once in a while they'll throw in these little rewards, and it always helps. You know. I wish I had all the gear, every gear, so you can really go out and test it all, check it all out, see how it works, and there's just a lot of gear. We're like in the middle here on this one, on this cast here. We're just about in the middle here. Possibly when we get closer, we'll get a hit on it. But that deep middle part there doesn't do that good. It's usually to the side of it. So now I'm getting close here to this hole right here. Maybe I'll get a hit here. Alright. Yeah, nothing there. A little line problem there. You can tell there's a little problem with the line there. I remember one time they did have a problem with the way the line looked. It was like a glitch. But they came back on it and they straightened it out. And the line is, I don't think you're going to find a better casting line or motion from the fisherman, the one he catches the fish, or how you can pull the fish in, the way the rod handles, the line handles, the speed of the rod being handled by the hands. You see, there's one out there which is a good game. It's not actually, it's very close to this game, but the hands move in slow motion, and it just frustrates the living yang out of me. I feel like I'm going in slow motion, pulling the fish in. And it's just the way the action looks like, kind of like you really want to break the thing. Uh, like, what is this thing? The hand doesn't even move. So let me cast over a couple times. Over this kind of flat towards the right. No, there it is. I see some splashes. The problem is I'm not going deep enough toward the left here. Gotta be careful. I think there's some trees there in the water or something. You can get snagged on. You spend a lot of time putting details, and one of the important details is when you see the motion of the hands and the fishing rod, and you don't put a lot of details into that, it kind of ruins the experience. The fun you're trying to have with the game. It makes it look, it kind of cheapens the game. It's actually a really good game. It's just that part where the hands look like they're in slow motion. It looks like he's barely bringing in the fish, and even though you may be going faster, but it's just the way it looks. On this one, no. On this one, actually, it gives you it seems to be the proper speed of the motion of the hand and fishing rods and all this. It seems to be bending in the right direction, and the line seems to be floating the way it should flow. You used to have and I haven't seen it on here. I don't know, maybe they took it out. And I was always intrigued by it. It was a dragonfly. Then when things got really calm and kind of quiet, it land on your pole. It will fly around. You hear it flying around. I hope people didn't complain about that. I think it was pretty neat. This dragonfly. And that happens in real life. That happens actually if you're out there fishing. You can probably get that. And that's happened to me before. When I've been fishing and that dragonfly there, bloop, lands right on your pole. It's not like it doesn't happen. See, we're here getting. We may have to change lure here. Because we're getting bites, but they're not delivering like they should. Hey, we got something right here in this hole right here. Okay. Well, maybe we don't have to change lure. But I want to change lure just out of curiosity, just to show you what other lures. And we're going to change it over to this one here. I wish it does also. It says too light for this rod. Let me see if it casts off or not. Sometimes it'll say too light, but it'll let you cast. Sometimes it says too light, but it will not let you cast. So there you go. We'll see what happens with that. Now this lure, it's hit and miss on it, but sometimes I've had luck with it. We'll see what it does. If we're able to attract any attention here. It's a spoon. That's what we're using here. We got a bite on there. The thing is, has to be a heavier one for this rod. I have a rod, I can say it's pretty heavy. There you go, we got something on it. Seems to be working okay. And there's a record right there. Nice one, huh? Yeah, 538 pounds, and about 2 pounds, almost 2 pounds and a half, and about 18 inches. And 159 XPs. This is a smaller fish, but it actually pays some very good XPs on it. Alright. We'll try over here on this other side. Can't cast too far with this lure, because it doesn't have the weight for it. For the line that I have on here. I have a good strong line on here, so I don't end up losing anything out here. It kind of frustrates you when you're out there fishing and you have not a very strong line, but you work the fish for maybe for a couple of minutes, and just about when you're going to bring him in, snap, you lose your line, and you just get frustrated, and it's like, whoa, you should have brought the fish in. What happened? And you lost the fish. The line wasn't strong enough. And it just takes, a small move from you doing it wrong, or the fish getting another, you could say a little bit more power, you could say, and you lost the fish. And I see those people out there, they struggle with those big giant tunas not to lose the tuna, man. And I'll tell you, I've been in those kind of fishing, you could say, scenarios in real life. You could say, well, I've been fishing big fish, big giant grouper on the end of the line. You want to bring, as a grouper, if you're somebody who's commercial fisherman, or if somebody's really deep into sports fishing a lot out in the ocean, you can almost tell the kind of fish you have on the line. If it's a shark, if it's a grouper, if it's a wahoo, whatever, it's just, you can tell. A lot of times you're able to tell. And I've had this big grouper. I know I have a big grouper on my line, and your line is not going to be strong enough to bring him in. But you got to tire him out. Find a way to tire him out. It's give and take until he gives out on you. And I fish with people that fish with hand lines. And there are some people that still do commercial fishing with hand lines, not fishing rods, hand lines. And they'll bring in a huge size grouper with a hand line. And I remember one time there was a fishing documentary where the guy challenged his dad, who was fishing with a pole, that he was going to be able to bring in a huge fish with a hand line. And his dad said, "Nah, impossible, you're going to do that." And I remember these people who are these, you can say, these old timers. And they will do that same kind of challenge to other people. A lot of people, they were like tourists who thought that the only way to fish was with a fishing pole. And they will sit there, no, I can bring just any fish you can bring with a hand line. I can bring them in. And they would challenge them, and sometimes it'll be a little bet will go down, and they end up losing their bets. Because if you know what you're doing, but of course, you should see the callous that these fishermen have in their hands. But when you do commercial fishing with a hand line and not a pole, and you're actually doing it, let's say you're on a 5-day, 7-day trip or something like that, and you had to bring in a freezer full of fish, your hands will suffer greatly. I mean, it will suffer greatly. You'll have nicks and cuts, and your hands will get swollen up, all kind of thing. And then on top of that, sometimes when you bring a fish in in a hand line, there could be some kind of a sea anemone, something on there that could actually burn your hand. It's like being stung by a sea anemone. Jellyfishes could rub against it when you bring in a fish, and you don't know, and it could be something hanging on there, and it could affect your hand. Some people wear gloves. It's not easy when you're doing hand fishing. You don't want to wear gloves. What I've noticed is, and I used to do it, because I used to do also hand fishing, is I would take the inner tubes from tires, like bicycle tires, and we'll cut the inner tubes that were no good, and we'll make sleeves out of them, and then you use those to put on your fingers. All right, on some of your fingers you put those, because those little fingers, you see, he came up right up to there. Maybe I'm talking too much. And you use them as a sleeve. It gives you a better grip, but it allows your hand to be free without a glove. And You know, any hand fisherman will tell you don't try to twist your hands around the line because you got a big fish, they will literally cut your hand and it could do some damage to your hand. So you got to be very careful. Also, where your line is coming in. There's fishermen that are able to drop their line close to them without stepping on it or making a mess, and there are other fishermen that have to roll it in back under yo-yo. But you got to be very careful with that too. Alright. And there's a lot of people that made a living out of fishing with hand lines. And But then, of course, fishing rods can be for commercial fishing can be great. You can put a couple of them out there on your boat, and instead of having one or two people fishing, then you have several rods out there that could improve your odds and make it a successful day for commercial fishermen. But it's getting more and more expensive to become a commercial fisherman. The fuel, the upkeep of the boat. You usually got to have a place where you can keep your boat that doesn't cost you an arm and a leg. And it's a very rough. It's very rough to make a living as a commercial fisherman. I mean, if you're seriously going to make, if that's going to be your sole income, it's fishing. It's not easy. It can be very rough. You have days where you catch nothing. You spend money going out there. You spend money, tackle, all kind of stuff, and you had probably a miserable time with the weather. Didn't bring anything. Didn't bring enough fish, not even to have dinner. And your whole day is shock. It might be a day you go out there and you can catch pretty much the entire ocean, and you'll be doing great. You end up paying your bills. You might make enough money where you pay your rent and and so many also. So all this other stuff, you know. And same thing goes for lobster fishing, crab fishing. I've done lobster fishing, crab fishing, hand fishing. I'm talking about commercial fishing. I've not done the crab fishing they do out there in Alaska. No, I never, because I never gone up that high on the 50 states. Because I mean up in that area up to Alaska. But I've done, most of my stuff has been like in Florida, Florida Keys, and the kind of fishing you do there. It's Now there's some people that also do scuba fishing and this kind of fishing. It can be risky, sharks, currents, different accidents. I know many people that die from the scuba fishing, but it's not fishing as commercial fishermen. It can be rough. It can be quite rough. It's a big difference between sports fishing and fishing as a commercial fisherman. Sport fishing, you go out there, have some beers. Hey, if you caught something, you caught it. If you didn't, well, you didn't caught it. You maybe spend some money on the trip and the whole thing, but it's not the same. It's when you're under the pressure of paying your rent, or paying your mortgage, or whatever the deal is, your car payments and all. You have to come up with fish, and it's nothing about sports. And you just want it being in fish. You're not interested in in a photo op, you could say, or taking soap. What you want to do is bring in fish, you know. And if it's lobster, then you want to catch lobsters, and same thing, crabs and whatever the deal is. There we go. We got a nice sized fish there. Another one coming in here. There you go. That's another nice fish right there. All right, we're up to right now we're up to 60 pounds, a little bit over 60 pounds of the amount of fish that we caught here today, which is not that bad. And right now it's close to 1 o'clock game time. I'm talking about game time. Game time here is 12:46. So we're doing pretty good. We still got possibly another 3 hours left of good fishing here. Game time, which is not game time here goes faster than the real time. All right, it's a lot faster. It gives the experience. It gives you you can enjoy some of the daytime, evening time, nighttime fishing. I haven't done much nighttime fishing here, and I probably will not be doing nighttime fishing here today because I don't have nighttime gear. And I've said that before in my other videos. It's good to have the nighttime gear. and I think it may even help attract some fish. Some of this nighttime stuff, but I don't have it. I'm saving my the money that I make, the one that you can use to buy some other stuff on here that I want to purchase. All right, I've actually purchased this jacket here that the fisherman you see the avatar is wearing. I purchased because I'm making the videos, and I wanted to make it look something nice. I wanted to get a hat, but I cannot get the hat. It's just way too much money, and who knows, maybe the makers of this will hear this video and provide me with a hat that matches the jacket here. That would be nice. I wish I had, you really wish you could test, like I said, all the gear. That you were able to get all the gear. And it was right there. It was right up there. All right. I'm getting more luck here on the left-hand side. The right-hand side, you see some splashing there, but a lot of splashing here on the left-hand side still. And we're still catching good fish here, so I'm still going there. And the lure hasn't done that bad. The lure's actually brought quite a few fish in. What I'll do is maybe just to show you that you can fish with another lure, I'll change it over to a different type of lure. And we'll try that one there. So now you see you have two lure choices when you come out here. And as long as you're like in this area that I'm in, you should catch some fish. Alright. Let's see if we bring this one in here. Okay. Let me get a small drink of water here. Alright, we're back here again. Let's try back on this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change the lure. Something different here. Let's see this. I don't think these are going to work as good. These casting spoons. Let's see what else I got on here. Nah, it's just basic. That one there, it's actually a bit of a new bait, but that's good with bass. That buzz bait. Maybe what I'll do is I'll put this ghost spoon. Maybe try the. Yeah, I think the ghost spoon will be good. We'll try it a little bit. Usually you'll do good with bass on that one. Here maybe we'll get something different here. We'll see what happens with it. It's not the normal lures I use out here. Well, you see, it doesn't even cast. It just does not have the weight for it. Yeah, it's too light. You can cast it off with a lighter rod, lighter line on it. This is a heavy rod. And even it's so light that I have to lower the speed on the rod. Yeah, this may not work out here. And I don't have the rod really for it. Let me see if I change it. What else I got out here? I got one that's a little heavier. The silver one is heavier. Is that a 2 ounce? How much was that? Oh, that's why it was so. It was not even a quarter. This is a ½ ounce. We'll try that one. See if this one goes a little further. This is still too light for this rod. A little bit better cast on it. I'm not really expecting anything really here from this lure, but we'll never know. You know, I've gone to different lakes in here, and I've used lures that wasn't even recommended, and I caught fish. Here I'm getting a bite, so I'm getting some bites. You can use them. You can experiment with them. Same thing with bait. I experiment with some of the bait, and you can get some different things out here. You don't see me doing much bait fishing. There's some rods that I need to get to do the bait fishing, and I still need to get to higher levels. There's a couple of rods that I need to get. I usually like to fish when I do bait fishing, something like it was a 23 pound. A rod that can handle 23 pound, 24 pound line on it. Alright. Oh man, I was not trying to do that. Cause you can, you guys, of course, are aware of that you can do this. Let me see right there, and then that's right now. It's like that is if you hit the white line, you have to like release it. It kind of it's all right. It's good to target if you're like if you have trees in front of you or something like that. It helps out. It's kind of like you're targeting your cast and you know where it's more or less going to land at. A lot of times I don't use it. We had a couple strikes on this lure, but like I said, I'm not expecting much out of it. You never know. I'll start casting to the left. It's the lure that is this lure that that I have here. This casting spoon does really good for pike fishing over in Emerald Lakes. Also over at the first lake that you get, the Texas lake that you get. It does pretty good. See, that's what I thought. I thought we were gonna get something different. There we go. See, we did get something different. See, this is what this lure is really going to attract. The big mouth bass, smallmouth bass, is going to attract some of the pikes, like there I said in Emerald Lakes. But the trouts here may not pay attention much to this lure. All right. So I'm gonna change over. Let me change over my lure here, and we're gonna go back to the. Go back to. Let me see what else. I didn't bring any other. That's the only two that I brought. So I'm gonna go back to this one here. As a matter of fact, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move to a whole different thing here, and I'll try the other one that I tried earlier today. I tried with. Let me see right here. Okay. What did I bring? Yeah, I brought that. Alright. Jig heads can work, and I've used them many times here, and they work pretty good. Let me see if I bring that. And these shades, they can actually work. Right there. The problem is I don't have enough room right now in my backpack to put everything that I want. So that was the only thing I brought today. This couple of jig heads and this one here. Alright, so and the glowworm does pretty good at night. In a lot of different places. It may do good actually here on this lake, good at night. So let me go back, and we're going to try this out for a little bit here. Now that we're at the top of the peak here, and we'll see what it does. And this is basically the same thing. It's just basically stop and go action here. And I've actually used these here, and I caught quite a few fish. But this is on my PC. I haven't done this with the PlayStation, so I don't know. It might be different here. Alright, we did get a strike on it, but I've used different type of these shines, what do I call them? Oh, we got a hit there, but we didn't. It's got a hit, but it's not nailing it down. Couple hits on there. Let me get back out there again. Let me go over this side. I see those big splashes over there. Right next to the rock. Let's see if I can get stuck on there. That was almost stuck on there. That was not a fish. That was almost stuck. Let's try to see if there's anything on there. What is that? I can't see it. It's like a fish on top of a rock. Now it vanished. Huh. This fishing planet has its share of glitches. But you know, you look at something so complicated with the amount of codes that go into these games. I mean, you're going to have glitches once in a while. Like right now, what it looked like a fish on top of a rock, like just lying there. I think that's what it was. And it just might be a glitch. And bullfrog's out. I'm not getting. See, I'm getting kind of hits on it, but the fish is not. I'm not nailing it down. I'm not hooking the fish. It's like it gets it and then it releases. Try this side again. I think the best thing is stick with what works, you know what I mean? Those spoons have been doing pretty good, so I end up going back to those guys. Nothing happening there. Nothing at all. Yeah, we might have to go back to the spooners on that. It's just not, it's like it grabs it and then lets it go. Let me change back because we came here to fish, not just to mess around. And you know, I'm tempted to go to that to the glowworm, just out of curiosity. I'm tempted to go with it. Just see what happens here. Glowworm then. Now the glowworm does pretty good at night. Walleyes over there in that lake, Emerald Lakes in New York. At nighttime, you put that glowworm in it, and it does pretty good with the walleyes. Just testing the water here, see what it does. Nothing there. You know, I'm not expecting really much of anything here happening, but you never know. Yeah, I did get a hit on it. And the water here is kind of dark, so glowworm actually, and it's surrounded like in by different mountains there, as you can say. And this may actually, you know, it's making the lake darker. So glowworm may actually work a little bit. You know, I'm almost sure because I'm sure I've done it on my PC where you can combine the glowworm with other, I believe it was bait or other lures. I think it was bait. Not sure because I haven't done that in a while. But there's a way to combine it. Yeah, not much happening there with the glowworm there. I'm calling that one fish. Let me go back to my lures. I have to go back over here, change them over to lures. There you go. And I want to change that over to the, oops. Change it over. I'm going to change it back to this guy here. And we're here now. We're 1:30 here in the afternoon here on it's the game game clock. As I said, the game clock is a lot faster than our time. But the game clock shows 1:30 here in the afternoon. We got a strike on there right away. You know, you gotta test different lures. Same thing with the bait, different baits. I'm not sure if I have something prepared for bait. I think I do. I may have one a rod or two. Just to, you know, since we're making these videos, you know, it's good to, you know that the lures work. There's two lures that I got here that I've been using. These neutron spoons that I've been using. They work pretty good. Let me see if I can change over to rods, to one of my bait rods. I'm not sure what's on there for bait. Let me go back over here and see what I got for bait rods. Okay, I got this one here. It's still it's a strong rod. Let me change. You know, I haven't checked to see what is the what is it that what kind of bait is being used here. But let me go back here because I have species. I should have looked at the species at the beginning. Okay. Hang on. There we go. Oh, where was it? Let me look at the species. I should have done because a lot of times when I like to do these videos, I like to look at the species. I want to show you what's on these lakes. Small minnows, some of those shrimp and dragonflies. I'm gonna be very honest here. I barely ever caught anything with a. I don't think I ever caught anything with a dragonfly, and any of the lakes. So let me see what we got here. And this one here, grasshoppers do pretty good, and many different lakes. The midfly, I haven't caught anything with a midfly. Nothing at all. The artificial salmon eggs, I don't think I've caught anything. Grasshoppers had done okay, flies and this kind of stuff. And let me see what we got here. I got grasshoppers, so maybe we'll try out some of the grasshoppers. And it seems like grasshoppers, most of the species here, are in agreement with grasshoppers. Maybe what I'll do is I'll move it to grasshoppers here. I think I brought some. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure if I brought grasshoppers here. Usually I bring them, but here you go. Crickets. I don't got grasshoppers, but I got the crickets. Crickets can work out. I don't know if it was that grasshoppers I was looking at? I think it was grasshoppers. Let me go with the crickets, just to see how it does. We're gonna go with some crickets here. All right. And I got a catfish hook, which may be the wrong hook for here, but yeah, we'll try it anyway. And I got a 29 on the depth here on my bopper there, on my floater. And let's go back. We'll try this for a little bit. I just don't have the right. I'll show it over here. I don't have the right bait here for it. I wasn't planning on using bait here. We'll throw it out there. We'll just test the waters a little bit. See how it goes. All right. Now these are crickets, not the grasshopper, the crickets actually. Let's see. We're getting some bites on there. I usually wait for the floater to go down below water before I try to bring it in. Like in that Lucy, those big fish there. I will do some fishing there. Little man, little man. So the grasshoppers, they attract some attention. Let me ring it in a little bit here. I think what it is on that one is the wrong hook, because I have a catfish hook, and that's kind of a weird, bigger hook that I had it for other stuff. If you would try to change to something different, regular hook, you might have better luck here. Maybe we can do that. Yeah, you see it's just the action is not there. The lure does a lot better. I'm gonna bring it in. Oh man, how can it be? How can it be? How can it be? It's saying that internet quality is bad, but yet there's nothing on my internet. May have lost broadcast. Well, I'm gonna cut off the broadcast right here. I'm gonna end the broadcast here, but you guys can see the kind of bait and the kind of the kind of lures that I've been using. The reason I'm cutting off the broadcast right now because the internet may end up blacking out on me. I think I have an approaching weather system, and when that happens, the internet goes bad, and then it will just black out. And I could be talking here for an hour, and I have no idea that the internet has blacked out and it's not broadcasting properly. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy that, and you can see use the spoons. Use those spoons that I have. This one is a nighttime spoon, and one is the regular spoon that I use. Use those and the rods that I have, and you can use other rods, but just have a little harder time bringing the fish in. But this is the spot to be, And bait fishing can do okay if you have the right bait. I don't have the right bait today, but this is a really nice place to go fishing from. So I hope you guys enjoy that, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and also share these videos with other people. Ask other people to come and watch these videos, and leave your commentaries and thumbs ups will be appreciated. Thank you, and have a great one, and continue to go out there and have fun and have fishing and do fishing. And if you can't go out there and have fishing, well, do it at home here like I'm doing it. All right, all right. Have a good one, and I will see you. God bless you all. Bye bye now.